Time is a most curious thing. It is a concept that has fascinated humanity for millennia, a force that governs our lives in ways we often take for granted. From the moment we wake up to the sound of an alarm clock to the time we drift off to sleep, time is our constant companion, an invisible thread weaving through the fabric of our existence. It is everywhere and nowhere all at once. We see its effects in the changing seasons, the aging of our bodies and the growth of a child. Yet we cannot point to time itself. It is an abstract concept, a dimension that we move through but cannot perceive directly. We are constantly moving through it, yet we cannot touch it, see it, or hold it. It slips through our fingers like water, elusive and intangible. We measure it with clocks and calendars, but these are merely tools to help us make sense of something that is fundamentally beyond our grasp. It is a relentless river, always flowing, always changing. Just as a river carves its path through the landscape, time shapes our lives, leaving its mark on everything it touches. We cannot stop it, slow it down, or turn it back. It moves forward with an unyielding force, carrying us along in its current. Yet we feel as though we exist in a single fixed moment. This moment, the present, is all we truly have. The past is a memory, the future a dream. We live in the now, a fleeting instant that is gone as soon as it arrives. It is a paradox, this feeling of permanence in a world that is constantly changing. This is the paradox of time, its omnipresence and its intangibility. It is a force that we cannot escape, yet it is also a mystery that we cannot fully understand. We are bound by it, yet we are also free to make our own choices within its flow. It is a constant reminder of our mortality, but also a source of endless possibility. We mark time in seconds, each tick of the clock a reminder of the passage of time. Seconds turn into minutes, minutes into hours, hours into days. We structure our lives around these units, using them to plan our days, set our goals, and measure our achievements. Minutes, hours, days, and years. These are the building blocks of our lives, the framework within which we live and work. We celebrate birthdays, anniversaries, and milestones, all markers of the passage of time. We look back on the years that have passed and look forward to the years to come, always aware of the ticking clock. These are the units we impose upon it, our feeble attempts to grasp its immensity. We write in journals, set alarms, and plan our days, all in an effort to bring some order to the chaos of time. But no matter how carefully we plan, time has a way of surprising us, of reminding us that it is ultimately in control. But time itself cares nothing for our measurements. It moves forward, indifferent to our schedules and deadlines. It is a force of nature, like the wind or the tide, beyond our control. We can measure it, but we cannot master it. It marches on, indifferent to our anxieties and aspirations. We may worry about the future or regret the past, but time continues its steady march, unaffected by our emotions. It is a constant, a backdrop to our lives, always there but never seen. The past is gone, vanished into the ether. It exists only in our memories, a collection of moments that we can never return to. We may look back with nostalgia or regret, but the past is a closed chapter, a story that has already been written. The future is but a hazy unknown, forever out of reach. We can plan and dream, but we cannot see what lies ahead. It is a blank canvas, a mystery waiting to be revealed. We may hope for the best or fear the worst, but the future remains an enigma, a question mark on the horizon. And yet, we live our lives in the present, this infinitesimally small sliver of now that is constantly slipping away. It is the only time we truly have, the only moment that is real. The present is where we make our choices, where we take action, where we live our lives. It is a fleeting moment, but it is also the most important one. It is a dizzying, beautiful, and terrifying reality. Time is a paradox, a mystery, a force that shapes our lives in ways we cannot fully understand. It is a reminder of our mortality, but also a source of endless possibility. It is the backdrop to our lives, the stage on which we play out our stories. And in the end, it is the one thing that we all share, the one constant in a world of change. Is time a force of nature, a fundamental dimension of the universe? This question has intrigued humanity for millennia, sparking debates among philosophers, scientists, and thinkers from various cultures and epochs. The concept of time is deeply embedded in our language, our rituals, and our understanding of existence itself. From the ticking of a clock to the changing of seasons, time seems to be an ever-present backdrop to our lives. Or is it a construct of our minds, a way to make sense of the ceaseless flow of experience? Some argue that time is a mental framework we use to organize our perceptions and memories. Without this framework, our experiences would be a chaotic jumble, lacking order and coherence. This perspective suggests that time is not an external reality, but a subjective phenomenon shaped by our consciousness. Physicists have grappled with this question for centuries, and the answers remain elusive. The nature of time has been a central theme in the development of scientific theories, from Newton's absolute time to Einstein's relativity. Each new discovery has added layers of complexity to our understanding, revealing time as a multifaceted and enigmatic concept. Despite these advances, the true essence of time continues to elude us, prompting ongoing research and debate. Some believe that time is woven into the very fabric of the cosmos, a dimension akin to height, width, and depth. In this view, time is an integral part of the universe's structure, influencing the behavior of matter and energy. The theory of relativity, for instance, describes how time can be stretched or compressed depending on the relative motion of observers and the presence of massive objects. This interconnectedness suggests that time is a fundamental aspect of reality, inseparable from the spatial dimensions. Just as we move through space, we move through time, our lives unfolding along its axis. This journey through time is marked by milestones and transitions, from birth to death, from moments of joy to periods of sorrow. Our personal timelines are interwoven with the broader currents of history and culture, creating a rich tapestry of human experience. The passage of time shapes our identities, our relationships, and our aspirations, making it a central element of our existence. Others propose that time is an emergent property, arising from the interactions of countless particles and forces. This perspective suggests that time is not a fundamental entity, but a byproduct of more basic physical processes. In this view, the flow of time emerges from the complex dynamics of the universe, much like temperature arises from the motion of molecules. This idea challenges our intuitive understanding of time, presenting it as a secondary phenomenon rather than a primary feature of reality. Perhaps time is neither purely objective nor purely subjective, but rather a complex interplay of both. This hybrid view acknowledges the role of human perception in shaping our experience of time, while also recognizing its influence on the physical world. Time may be a bridge between the internal and external, the subjective and the objective, reflecting the intricate connections between mind and matter. This perspective invites us to explore the multifaceted nature of time, embracing its mysteries and paradoxes. Our perception of time is undoubtedly shaped by our biology, our culture, and our individual experiences. Biological rhythms, such as the circadian cycle, influence our sense of time, while cultural practices and societal norms provide frameworks for measuring and organizing it. Personal experiences, from the mundane to the extraordinary, color our perception of time's passage, making it feel fast or slow, fleeting or enduring. This subjective dimension of time adds richness and depth to our lives, connecting us to the rhythms of nature and the patterns of human activity. Yet, time also appears to exert its influence on the physical world around us, governing the motion of planets and the decay of atoms. The regularity of celestial cycles and the predictability of atomic processes suggest that time has an objective reality, independent of human perception. This dual nature of time, as both a subjective experience and an objective phenomenon, underscores its profound significance in our understanding of the universe. As we continue to explore the mysteries of time, we are reminded of its central role in shaping the cosmos and our place within it. If time is a river, then memory is the bridge that allows us to cross its currents. This bridge is not just a simple structure, it is a complex and intricate pathway, woven with the threads of our experiences, emotions, and perceptions. Each step we take on this bridge is a step back into the moments that have shaped us, the events that have defined us, and the people who have touched our lives. It is through memory that we access the past, that we piece together the fragments of our lives into a coherent narrative. These fragments, though sometimes scattered and fragmented, come together to form a mosaic of our existence. Each photograph, each memento, each story told and retold, adds a piece to this ever-evolving puzzle. Without memory, we would be adrift in a perpetual present, unable to learn from our experiences or anticipate the future. Imagine a life where every moment is isolated, disconnected from the past and future. Such a life would be devoid of context, meaning, and continuity. Memory anchors us, providing a sense of direction and purpose. It allows us to reflect on our past mistakes, celebrate our achievements, and plan for the future with a sense of hope and anticipation. But memory is a fickle thing, prone to distortions, embellishments, and outright fabrications. Our minds are not perfect recorders. They are storytellers, often altering the narrative to fit our current beliefs and emotions. A blurred photo, a distorted reflection, these are metaphors for how our memories can sometimes deceive us. We may remember events not as they were, but as we wish they had been, or as we fear they might have been. What we remember is not always what actually happened. Our memories can be like a photo torn in half, incomplete and fragmented. We fill in the gaps with our imagination, our desires, and our fears. This can lead to a mismatched puzzle, where the pieces don't quite fit together, creating a distorted picture of our past. Our memories are colored by our emotions, our biases, and the passage of time itself. An old photograph with faded colors can evoke a flood of emotions, each tint and shade representing a different feeling or experience. The same event can be remembered differently by different people, each adding their own emotional hue to the memory. Over time, these colors may fade or change, but the essence of the memory remains, a testament to the enduring power of our past experiences. And yet, for all its flaws, memory is the foundation of our sense of self. It is in these reflections, these moments of introspection, that we find our true selves. Holding a memento, staring into a mirror, we see not just our physical form, but the accumulation of all our experiences, thoughts, and feelings. Memory is the lens through which we view ourselves and the world around us. It is the repository of our joys and sorrows, our triumphs and failures. Life is an emotional roller coaster, filled with moments of celebration and mourning, happiness and sadness. Each of these moments is stored in our memory, creating a rich tapestry of experiences that define who we are. Our memories are the chapters of our life story, each one contributing to the narrative of our existence. It is the thread that connects us to who we were, who we are, and who we might yet become. This thread weaves through the timeline of our lives, linking our past, present, and future. Each memory is a bead on this string, a moment in time that contributes to the larger picture of our existence. As we hold this string of memories, we are reminded of the continuity of our journey, the connections we have made, and the potential that lies ahead. Memory is not just a bridge to the past, it is a guide to our future, illuminating the path we have traveled and the road that lies ahead. Our minds are storytellers, constantly weaving our experiences into narratives that give meaning and coherence to our lives. We are the protagonists of our own stories, and memory provides the raw material from which these stories are spun. We recall past events not as isolated incidents, but as chapters in the ongoing saga of our existence. These narratives shape our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. They influence our beliefs, our values, and our relationships deeply. The stories we tell ourselves about our past can either empower us or hold us captive. Recognizing the subjective nature of our memories is essential. It allows us to question our assumptions, to challenge limiting beliefs, and to rewrite our stories in ways that are more aligned with our true aspirations. Our memories are not static recordings of the past. They are dynamic, ever-changing entities subject to revision and reinterpretation with each passing moment. Every time we recall a memory, we have the opportunity to reshape it, to add details, to alter perspectives. This malleability of memory has profound implications for our understanding of truth. If our memories are so easily manipulated, can we ever be certain of what really happened? The line between fact and fiction becomes blurred, and our perception of reality itself is called into question. This is not to say that all memory is unreliable, but it is to acknowledge that memory is a subjective experience, filtered through the lens of our own unique perceptions and biases.